What up, guys? This is
Cheevo, guys!
back here again with another achievement guide. Today, we're going to be focusing on the Rise Up achievement in Hitman 3. To unlock this achievement or trophy, we must complete all of the mission stories. We have a total of 3 missions in the first location, Dubai, aka the top of the world mission. Now, it's going to take a minimum of 2 playthroughs on this level to get all 3 story missions completed. So I'm going to be walking you through 2 full playthroughs, and we're going to get all 3 of these story missions completed, unlocking the Rise Up achievement or trophy. So first things first, let's go ahead and check out these mission stories or story missions. The first one that we're going to be going for is the Bird of Prey mission story. This is for joining the meeting with Carl Ingram as the Vulture, which is this well-known assassin. Second, we're going to be taking over the replacement security bodyguard for Stuyvesant. And the third one is the one for hacking the terminal. And in that one, we're going to basically have to do this in a separate playthrough because this results in both targets getting locked in a room at the end. And yeah, you can't combine that with any of the other mission stories. So we're going to go ahead and run through 2 playthroughs, and we're going to get all 3 mission stories accomplished, unlocking the Rise Up achievement or trophy. So let's go ahead and dive into it.
Mr. Gray is already in position and ready to assist. Good luck, 47.
47. Come in. 47, do you copy?
I'm here.
Are you in position?
I'm heading towards the point of entry.
Good. Get back to me when you're there.
Now, as you can imagine, we have an achievement or trophy related to completing all of the mission stories in each of the levels in the game. So, as I mentioned earlier, we have 3 mission stories in this level. We're going to be accomplishing the first 2 here in this playthrough. Then we're going to play through another quick playthrough to get that 3rd mission story accomplished. By the end of this video, assuming you're following along, you should have your Rise Up achievement for completing all of the mission stories in Dubai, aka the top of the world. Alright, so first thing we're going to want to do is drop down right here. Personally, I fell absolutely in love with the graphics in this game. This has to be one of the most beautiful games I've ever played before. If you're wondering, I'm playing it on the Xbox Series X. This game runs at 4K 60 frames per second. I don't think it has the ray tracing patch quite yet, but they have confirmed that it's going to be on the way eventually.
Locked. 47, use your camera and scan the lock, will you? I think I can override the Windows controls from here.
Alright, so you're going to notice that for the most part, Hitman 3 is very similar to Hitman 1 and 2. They did introduce this new camera feature, which you basically use to hack objects in the game. You're going to pull out your camera and you're going to hack the window to open it. At that point, we're just going to proceed down this little tunnel right here. Again, the graphics are absolutely beautiful, some of the best lighting I've ever seen in a game before. Hopefully, this is just the beginning in terms of what we're going to see from graphics in this next generation. So, once you get to this left or right section, you want to take a left. There's really nothing to the right. And what we want to do is make our way up this ladder right here. And this is going to take us up pretty much to the main lobby. We're just going to have to make our way down just a little bit through these curtains. And you're going to magically end up changing clothes. And you're going to end up in the lobby of this absolutely stunning building. Now, ultimately, our objective in this mission is to eliminate our 2 targets. The first is Carl Ingram, and the second is Marcus Stuyvesant. Now, basically, we have 3 mission stories. One is tied to Carl, one is tied to Marcus, and the third one is tied to both of them. So in this playthrough, we're going to get the mission story tied to each of them, and once we get that done, we'll have to do a second playthrough to accomplish the 3rd mission story, which involves both of the targets. Now, I probably should have mentioned a few minutes ago, you want to try to play on casual difficulty just because it's a lot easier to make your way through it. If you're playing on casual difficulty and you get introduced to a mission story, it will actually enable objective markers, which makes it a lot more linear, and so that way you're not wandering around, trying to figure out what to do, and you can kind of just follow the objective markers in effort to get through the level a lot faster. Next, I want to talk about your instinct mode, just because I'm going to refer to this ability multiple times in this video. If you hold RB, that is your instinct, or if you're playing on PlayStation, I suppose that would be R1. And what this enables you to do is to see your targets through the walls. Your target is going to be glowing in red, so this enables you to kind of track your target and see where they are exactly. So what we want to do is make our way to the left, and you're going to be introduced to a mission story once you walk up to these people talking right here. The gentleman with the objective marker above him is actually the guy that we need to basically eliminate and take his disguise. This is the quote-unquote vulture. Now, basically the way that the game works is, at first, you have no way to track these mission stories. You need to get introduced to them first. Once you're introduced to a mission story, you can press the select button and you'll be able to track your mission stories here. What you want to do is enable the little light bulb. If you enable the little light bulb, it's going to track that mission story. As long as you have it on casual difficulty, this will put objective markers over your next objective, making it a lot more linear and easier to finish. Once you enable the tracking of your mission story, you can see the objective on the upper left-hand side of the screen. So it says we need to disguise ourselves as the vulture. So we're going to have to find an opportunity to take this guy out, ideally without being noticed or caught. So we're going to go ahead and try to blend in and maybe interact with that little computer right here, or terminal. So just interact with this. This is actually going to introduce you to our next mission story, which is the second mission story that we're going to go for in this playthrough. For now, we're just going to continue to focus on our mission story, and we'll move on to that second one later. But we did just reveal that second mission story, so we can officially track it if we wanted to. See, mission story revealed. If you press select, it will let you track the other mission story. It might even automatically start tracking that next one, so if needed, make sure that you switch the tracking back to the Bird of Prey mission story. Alright, so eventually he's going to get up from his smoke break, and what you want to do is come over here and interact with this sound panel over here on the other side of the wall. This is going to distract the vulture. You're going to see a question mark above his head, and hopefully, as long as he was close enough and he noticed and has that question mark, he should go investigate the sound or the problem. Now, once he gets behind the wall investigating the panel, you want to go behind him and start choking him out. You're going to tap X. Now, all I did was choke him out. I did not snap his neck and kill him. And I'm going to go ahead and hide him just a little bit more over here in the bushes or in the plants. And we're going to take his disguise. Alright, at this point we have the vulture's disguise, and now it has changed our objective on the upper left hand side of the screen. It says that we have to talk to Omar's personal assistant, of course disguised as the vulture. So we need to walk up these stairs, but first these guys are going to ask to frisk you. You need to let them frisk you, so press A to get frisked. If you try to proceed up the stairs without getting frisked, you're going to cause problems, and more than likely you'll need to load up your last save or restart the mission. With that being said, the manual save feature is your best friend, so make sure that you take advantage of the fact that you can save your game at any time. Now, unfortunately, they wanted to frisk me just once more. Apparently, they each want an opportunity to frisk me. Again, you can't ignore them, so if they ask to frisk you, you need to press A or X on PlayStation to let them frisk you. After this second frisk, we should be good to go upstairs. Alright, yeah, see, now they're leaving me alone, so we're going to go ahead and proceed upstairs, and what you want to do is talk to Omar's assistant. She's right here in the yellow dress.
Oh, Mr. Kazim. I'm glad you changed your mind.
Arrogance can be a dangerous trait.
Yes, indeed, it can. Mr. Ingram has been expecting you. We have a conference room set up for you.
Looking good, man. Looking good. Just keep calm.
Please, go in and make yourself comfortable. Mr. Ingram will be with you shortly.
Thank you.
Alright, so his assistant is going to lead you to the conference room in which we're going to be meeting up with our target, Carl Ingram. So all we need to do is wait for Mr. Ingram to arrive in the meeting room. You're going to find that if you hold your instinct, he's actually quite far away, so you have an opportunity to just look around for a bit. You may want to manually save your game if you haven't yet. let's go ahead and look around. There's a letter opener right here that you can use as a weapon. However, I'm going to put that away. I don't think I ended up using it in this playthrough, but it's always nice to have an extra weapon, so you could pick it up if you want. He's still pretty far away, so we'll go ahead and check out this maintenance room real quick, see if there's anything valuable in here. Let's see. I wonder if we can find some rat poison in here. There we go, rat poison. I don't think I end up using this in this playthrough either, but it's always valuable to find some poison just in case you decide to go that route and poison your target instead. Now, we won't be poisoning anybody this game or playthrough. However, you know, it's there just in case you're wondering where you can find some rat poison at in this level.
Straight to the point. I have a, well, let's call it a dispute, which the Royal Highness tells me you're very capable of taking care of. Now, I've worked with your organization before, Morocco, I believe, so I'm a little hesitant.
Don't be. We do what's needed.
Well, only time will tell. I have 2 assignments for you. Take care of the first one, and then we can discuss the bigger fish. Now, on to the first. An acute problem has been brought to my attention.
Keep talking.
I'll be candid with you. No one is supposed to know that I'm here. However, there's a journalist down at the inauguration, and he's asking rather intrusive questions about who's staying up here, and that is a very dangerous problem for me. Now, I want you to silence this little pain. You think you can do that?
It's what I do best.
I like your bluntness. This is his file. Hans Lucht, Pulitzer-winning freelance journalist. He's good, and won't give up until he gets the answers he needs. And that can't happen.
Consider it done.
Good man. And remember, I want a picture. I want proof so I can sleep tonight.
Of course.
Once this little assignment is completed, come back and talk to Miss Toe. Then we can discuss the real cancer that needs to be removed. I'm sure you can see yourself out.
Alright, so after you're done talking to Carl, he's going to mention that there's a journalist or reporter wandering around the building asking way too many questions for his own good, and basically he wants you to go eliminate this journalist. Not only eliminate him, but take a picture and send proof. So, what we need to do is go find Hans the reporter. He's going to be located in the main lobby. Once you get close enough to him, the objective marker will pop above him. More than likely, you'll be able to find him at the same place that I found him at, which was the bar. The bar is located to the left. He's going to be wearing like a maroon or plumish color shirt. Again, once you get close enough to him, the objective marker will pop above him. Now, what we need to do is actually go up and talk to him. You would think that maybe you need to sneak up on him or something like that, but we actually need to talk to him first. So you want to walk up to him, press Y to interact. You're going to tell him that you have some juicy info for him to follow you, so you can go, tell him this information that he's looking for. He's going to be very curious, and he's going to go ahead and follow you. Now, what we need to do is eliminate him and take a picture. To do this, we're going to need to find a place to murder him at where we will not be seen. So, let's go ahead and try to find a restroom or something like that. We're going to go ahead and walk up these stairs and just make sure that he continues to follow you. He may end up getting sketched out. If so, just walk back up to him and talk to him again, and he should start following you once again. Now, once you get up these stairs, you're going to end up in this bar area, in which you're going to see a double door. What you want to do is go through these double doors, and it's going to end up being a restroom, or as the sign says, the toilet. So, once you get in here, we're going to take him into one of these smaller rooms. We can't go into that laundry room, so just go into this little bathroom stall right here. He's going to get sketched out. He said that he was getting a little sketched out, that he wanted to leave, so I pressed Y to start escorting him again. So now that he's willing to follow us again, I'm going to walk in here. He's going to walk in. What you want to do is close the door and try to murder him, hopefully without being caught or noticed. You may want to make a manual save before you make your move. I went ahead and started overflowing the sink real quick. It got his attention. I just made sure I turned it off right away, and then I went ahead and choked him out. Now, to my knowledge, I think you can take a picture of him if he's knocked out. I don't think he actually has to be dead for you to be able to take the picture successfully. As you can see, I never snapped his neck, he's just knocked out. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is pull out my camera and I'm going to take a picture. This is the proof that they need that we have eliminated their problem. And now that we got a photo, all we need to do is take it back to the assistant so that we have proof, and we should be able to finish up this first mission story. So as you can see, our objective on the upper left hand corner has changed. It says bring the picture to the assistant. Now unfortunately there's nowhere to dump his body in here, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave him in the corner. Again, we didn't kill him, we just knocked him out, so if somebody does happen to come in here, they're just going to wake him up. It's not going to cause a bunch of concern or anything like that. So we're going to go ahead and leave the bathroom or the toilet. And next you're going to look for your next mission objective. You're going to find that we pretty much have to retrace our steps back to that staircase where they frisked us. At the top of that staircase, we're going to find his assistant in which we can give her the picture. So all we're doing here is retracing our steps just a little bit. We're going to cut a right once we get to the top of this little staircase. This area should start to look a little familiar. We're going to take our first right, and these are the two gentlemen that frisked us earlier. So we're going to make our way through here. It appears that they do not need to frisk us again. We're going to continue to make our way upstairs, all the way until you get to that objective point. These elite guards or penthouse guards do not require to frisk you either.
Mr. Kazim, welcome back. So, you have the picture?
Yes, here.
Good. Our guest will be delighted. Please follow me. He's waiting. If you just follow me, Mr. Kazim.
How are you?
Alright, so far so good. We're getting even closer with our target, and the closer the better. So she's taking us up to the penthouse. Let's see what it looks like up here. I'm assuming this dude's ballin' and it looks out of control. Wow. I don't even know what you would call this. What do you even call that type of water feature? A pool? A fountain? A pond? I have no idea. That's pretty cool though. Again, huge shout out to the graphics, man. This has to be one of the most beautiful games I've ever played. This is a great start to the next generation of gaming. I just wish that this assistant walked a little faster. Now it looks like we're officially entering the penthouse at the top of this luxurious skyscraper. And I believe this is basically the living area. Not just any living area, the living area for our target, Carl Ingram. Now if we take a look at our objective on the upper left hand side of the screen, it still says follow the assistant to the penthouse. So I suppose we're just going to continue to follow her. Alright. She popped a Yui. Where is she going? Come on, lady. You're confusing me here. This lady has trouble making decisions, I could tell. Alright. So we're just going to follow her upstairs. This place is ballin', man. I can only imagine living in a place like this. This is like more than being rich. This is like being one of the richest men in the world rich. I mean, look at this place. This is crazy, man. Do they have video game architects? Or do they bring in real world architects to try to come up with ideas for games like this? Because man, I feel like the person that made this building in the game has real world architect potential.
Yes. Your problem is fixed.
Omar said you were good. Let's get down to the important business at hand. Okay, people, clear the room. I need to discuss some delicate business with Mr. Kazim. I'm sorry.
We have Ingram right where we want him.
I just remembered something.
47, you know what to do.
Have a drink.
Alright guys, we have officially wrapped up our first mission story, the Bird of Prey mission story. Now we can go ahead and assassinate our target. I recommend saving your game before you do so. I decided to pick up that screwdriver, throw it in the corner to distract this bodyguard right here. And once he goes to investigate it, all you want to do is walk behind Carl Ingram and press A to smash his face into his model piece.
He gets what he deserves. Good riddance. Now let's get Marcus Stuyvesant.
Alright, you heard the man. On to the next one. Next, we need to work on assassinating Marcus Stuyvesant. So just make sure that you put Carl's body in that closet, and we can go ahead and walk our way out of here. I don't know why, but his main bodyguard, he looks like Donald Trump Jr. If you don't know what he looks like, Google him. They look like just alike. Next, it's not going to give you any opportunity to look around the penthouse. His security guard is going to escort you out, so you're going to have to follow him out. Trust me, I try to look around. If you happen to go off track at all, he's going to start shouting at you, and this may potentially cause problems if you're not listening. So, just let him escort you out of the penthouse, and while we're getting escorted, I'll talk to you about our next mission story. The next one we're going to be going for in this playthrough is called Insecurity. What we need to do is take over Marcus Stuyvesant's replacement bodyguard. He gets a new replacement bodyguard today, and what we need to do is find this rookie bodyguard. We need to take him out, take his disguise, and we're going to end up being his replacement bodyguard. This is going to allow us to get very close to him and eventually eliminate him. Now, we haven't actually discovered this story mission yet. However, I'm going to show you where you need to go to discover it, so that way we can start tracking it and we can get those objective markers helping us get from point A to point B. That way we can complete this next story mission very quickly. Now, the third story mission, the one that we discovered earlier, is called How the Mighty Fall. This one has actually been disabled because one of the targets have already been eliminated. And that third story mission is tied specifically to both targets. You need them both alive because you end up trapping them both in a room at the end. So right now we're going for our second mission story, Insecurity. And then for our second playthrough, we're going to get the How the Mighty Fall story mission. At the end of our second playthrough, we will have completed all of the mission stories. Sorry if I keep mixing it up, story mission, mission story, same thing. I think the game refers to it, though, technically as a mission story, not a story mission, but I know I keep mixing them up. Not a big deal, but just clarifying just in case you guys are getting a little confused. So, at this point, we have been escorted all the way down, and we can go ahead and try to make our way to our next objective point. So, what we need to do is first save our game. We would hate to lose progress or have to go through eliminating that target all over again. So, make sure that you save your game. After you manually save your game, we're going to head downstairs, pretty much all the way down to the base lobby where we first got frisked. And what you want to do is cut a left, and then you're going to make another left, and that's going to take you to the main lobby where the huge crowd is at. What we want to do is cut all the way across. We're going to pass the bar that we found the journalist at, or the reporter, whatever you want to call him. We're going to make our way up this staircase and cut to the left. We're going to end up in the bar by that bathroom that we went ahead and took the disguise from the reporter in. And what you want to do is go up this staircase right here. My target's actually walking up here right now. And this is because he's going to go to his security room and talk to his security. And basically, we're going to eavesdrop on this conversation, and it's going to enable us to track the third mission story. As you can see, it says mission story revealing. It's because he's talking to his security guards about his new recruit or brand new replacement bodyguard, which eventually is going to be us. So now that we're hearing about that opportunity, what the Hitman or Agent 47 is going to try to do is we're going to try to go find that replacement bodyguard, take his disguise, and we're going to be the replacement bodyguard. As I mentioned before, this is the Insecurity mission story. Make sure to go into your mission stories, enable the light bulb so that you can start tracking it. Alright, so now it's showing us our next objective. On the upper left hand corner it says infiltrate the staff area, in which we just did so. Next we need to locate the missing recruit. There's actually another dude in this room. He just noticed me right now because I'm not wearing a disguise that is allowed down here. I suppose the key word was infiltrate the staff area. Anyhow, you can hide in this little closet or pantry if you need to. And basically, you want to chill out here until everybody leaves the room and nobody's worried about you anymore. I'm going to fast forward just a bit for time's sake. Alright, so once you exit this little pantry right here, everything should be good to go. You're going to see this dude investigating these soda boxes right here. What you want to do is eliminate him. Sorry, dude. Next, we're going to drag him, take his disguise, and you want to make sure that you dispose of the body. So we're going to drag him over here, and we're going to throw him in this little pantry that we were hiding in. Throw him in there so nobody gets suspicious. Alright, perfect. So now we look like one of the staff, so we should be good to go in terms of walking around here. You want to exit the door and go downstairs to the left. Just keep going all the way down. And once you get to this area where you start seeing the blue stripe on the walls, you want to make a right and then a left into the double door right here. It is the kitchen. The objective marker shows you where to go. Now, once we make our way into the kitchen, we're going to make our way over here. It's like a little locker room inside of the kitchen. What we need to do is grab this paperwork on this bench right here. You want to make sure that you are not seen doing so. That's basically the replacement bodyguard's orders, his paperwork for his new job, in which we're going to need because we're taking over said job. So now that I have the paperwork, I'm going to go ahead and do another manual save. Or actually did the manual save before I picked it up, just in case I was seen for some reason. So now that we have the new recruit's orders, we can go ahead and take that to the next objective point. So as long as you have that mission story activated, again, it will show you where your next objective point is at. So right here we have our new recruit. This is the brand new bodyguard. He's going to be protecting our target, Marcus Stuyvesant. I think that's how you say it. Anyhow, you want to choke him out right here. The janitor at the end of the hall isn't going to see you. However, the classroom through that window does see you eliminate him. So you want to take his disguise and run, because they're going to start panicking and they'll leave the room and ask for help. So after you get the disguise and the paperwork, you are good to go. Your objective is going to update. It says present yourself at the security office. To do that, all you need to do is look around for the blue icon with the light bulb that represents our next objective. So we just need to make sure to follow that. It looks like we have to make our way upstairs. So what you want to do is make your way over here. You can follow the signs on the walls. It'll tell you, where everything is at. That's exactly what I ended up doing here. So I'm going to take the stairs back up. Now at first I tried retracing my steps and going through the storage room, the room on the right. However, that is not needed. I actually just kept going upstairs because our objective point is just a little bit higher than that. So what I recommend doing is going all the way to the top of the staircase and then going through this double door right here. This is going to lead you right to the security office. So what you want to do is walk in here and you're going to see your security coworkers.
Reporting for duty.
About time. Our client has been going out of his mind waiting for you. Do you have the papers?
Yes.
Good. I'll call him now.
How should I address him?
It's classified, so you don't call him anything. But officially, he's just known as codename Pinky.
Alright, so at this point, they're going to go ahead and call the client, Marcus, and all we need to do is wait for him to get up to the security room. Again, you can hold your instinct to see where he's at. You may need to wait a while. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through the footage to make it quick and to the point. Now, once he arrives, you're going to end up talking to your client.
Okay, you must be my new escort. I have very high standards and trust you will do your duty. You have your credentials on you? Okay, let's see here. Well, you have been around the world. Mumbai, Italy, France, Japan. This is a very impressive CV. I think you'll do. Come on, let's walk. Need to tell you a bit about what I expect from you. I expect you to be by my side 24/7, unless I say otherwise. Bathroom breaks are, of course, permitted, but only when I say so. I have a very important, delicate meeting today, in which I expect you to keep your ears closed, but your eyes wide open. Understood? Now, your papers were indeed impressive, but I need to see what you can do with my own eyes. My father used to take me hunting. He was an avid hunter. I personally hated it, but always admired his skill with a knife, and grew to appreciate what it takes to gut an animal. Have you ever tried to gut an animal?
Yes.
Good. Then you know it's not so easy as it looks. Like trying to stab a rubber ball. Bounces back if you don't stab it correctly. You're almost here. You have to understand. I didn't get where I am by blind faith. Okay, we are almost there. You see the shooting targets? Any fool can shoot a target. With a knife? No. That's where the talent lies. My father always used to say, if you are good with a knife, you're even better with a gun. I want to see your skills. I don't know why, but I've always trusted a man who would throw a knife. I'm sure a psychiatrist would have a field day with that statement. So, show me what you got. Do well and you work for me.
Alright, so next he wants us to prove ourselves with some knife throwing skills. First thing I'm going to do is manually save my game once again, just in case we mess up at all. All you have to do is pick up the knives and throw them at the targets. It's actually pretty easy. Once you float over that target, it's going to auto lock on and it's going to make it an easy throw. It would have been a lot harder if there was no auto aim, but at least on casual difficulty it locks on, so it makes it a lot easier to nail the targets. For the last one though, you're going to have to get a bit closer, as the auto lock on feature will not work if you're standing behind the table because it's just too far. So you're going to have to get a little bit closer, otherwise you're going to end up wasting the knife, and you don't want to do that because you only have a limited amount of knives. So just get closer and you'll knock out that last target.
Magnificent performance. I like you. I think we will get along just fine.
You gained his
I
trust.
think I got the right man now.
What to do
Thank you
with
for
all
your
that
services.
power?
Take the rest of the day off. You deserve it.
Thank you, sir. It was an honor.
Alright, as you can see, mission story completed. Not only that, but the other security guard is going to walk away. And next, what we need to do is 300 this fool. To do that, all you have to do is press A to kick him off the edge of the building. Don't forget to say, "This is Sparta." After he is eliminated, all we need to do is find the exit. Now I want to point out, you want to make sure that you kick him off the building because we have an achievement or trophy called Treacherous Architecture, and it's tied to getting 3 specific assassinations. One for kicking him off of the building, the other for killing Carl with his own model piece. We actually got 2 of the 3 eliminations we needed to so far for that Treacherous Architecture achievement. And the third assassination that you'll need to get to wrap up that achievement or trophy is for sabotaging their parachutes so that they die while trying to escape via skydiving. If you're going for this achievement, I actually just uploaded another video guide for Hitman 3. It's called Keep Your Eyes Peeled, and it includes this assassination. Not only that, but it includes the Keep Your Eyes Peeled achievement. So if you're going for the Treacherous Architecture achievement for getting those 3 specific assassinations, you already have 2 of the 3 here. If you want to get the third one, I recommend following my Keep Your Eyes Peeled video. That way you can get that achievement as well. But this video specifically is tied to getting the Rise Up achievement for completing all of the mission stories here in the Dubai mission. So not only do we have 2 of the 3 assassinations that we need for the Treacherous Architecture achievement, but we have completed 2 of the 3 mission stories that we need for the Rise Up achievement. So we're going to end this playthrough by simply escaping right here. We're going to escape via skydive, and that's going to finish up this level and save our game. Not only that, but you should unlock the Death from Above achievement for completing the Top of the World mission if you haven't completed it already. Alright, so now for our second playthrough. Again, just make sure that you're playing on casual. For the spawn point, I'm going to be spawning from the atrium lobby, which is technically where you start from on your first playthrough. Once you go through that curtain and it changes your disguise out of the skydiving outfit into your suit, you pretty much end up right here anyway. So this is basically the default spawn point. Now, we actually already revealed the third mission story in our first playthrough. We revealed it by going up to that kiosk before we were trying to take the disguise of the vulture. So what you want to do is press select and activate that mission story. All you have to do is enable the light bulb on it to start tracking it. This third mission story is called How the Mighty Fall. And to do this, we're going to need to make our way to the server room and start hacking our way in, because what we need to do is get both targets to end up in the penthouse. We're going to lock them in the penthouse to get this third mission story completed. Now, what you want to do is go up to that keypad, The password actually shows on the camera on the upper left hand side of the screen, so it's nice and easy. It's 4706. And what you want to do is sneak behind this guy. As you can see, he has a dot over his head, meaning that he would recognize you if he's seen you or recognize that you're not supposed to be there. That janitor is busy doing his thing, so he didn't see us, choke this guy out. So yeah, what you want to do is drag him over here, take his disguise, and we'll go ahead and put him in this little locker. Alright, so as you can see, our objective on the upper left hand side of the screen says locate the scenic route. So we're going to make our way towards this objective point. I'm going to go this way just because those security guards had the dots over them, meaning that they would notice that I'm not legit. Same with this guy right here. As you can see, he has a dot over his head as well, and I don't want to, sketch them out or anything like that. So I'm going to stand back here. I'm going to pull out my camera. They can't see me back here. And before I do this, just because I felt like this was a little risky, I went ahead and made a manual save first. So we're going to point at the window, and you're going to hack the window. It's going to open up. Alright, so it appears that did not make them do anything. Oh, well, maybe it did. She ended up leaving. So now we can go ahead and assassinate this guy. That way we can go ahead and take the security costume or security disguise. So hold A to take its disguise, and then we're going to see if we can dump him anywhere in here. I don't know if we have an area for that. Actually, way over here we have a dumpster here in the corner. Just dump him in here. Alright, so once you have the security disguise and you dump the body, next what you want to do is go through the window that you opened. And we're going to Assassin's Creed our way to the right hand side. So just make your way slowly and then press A to jump over to the next ledge. And just keep shimmying your way all the way over until you get to this pipe right here, which will enable you to climb either up or down. And what we want to do is start climbing up. As you can see, our objective marker is up there to the upper left. So I'm trying to make my way up the building as fast as possible, and I found that this shortcut got me here faster than any other way that I tried, at least. Ultimately, I'm trying to help you guys get all of the mission stories completed in the least amount of time. With this pace, I think I'm going to be able to cover all 3 mission stories here in the first level in just under 50 minutes, which is pretty good. So, go ahead and hack that window right there. That's going to open that up. And we can go ahead and walk inside. There shouldn't be too many people that are suspicious just because we are wearing the security costume. So, you may find, guards here and there that may be a little suspicious, but the average guard won't be suspicious. Again, just pay attention if there is a solid dot over their head or not. Now, go into the storage room and then just go one more door in. Hopefully that janitor doesn't see you. And here is the server room. Once the door closes, we can go ahead and interact with this terminal right here. And you're going to find that it's locked.
We can use this to summon the partners to a fake meeting, 47. Alright, I'm no hacker like Olivia, but I think you need to pull one of the racks here to gain access to the terminal.
Alright, so you heard the man. We're going to hack the terminal to set up a meeting with both of our targets. But first, let's go ahead and save our game. Next, the objective says that we have to activate the manual override procedure. So what you want to do is pull out one of these servers right here. It's going to activate a security system. Some security officers will be notified and they're going to come check on what happened. If you hide exactly where I'm located at, they will not see you. So just make sure that you hide in this corner right here. They're going to come inside and they're not going to be able to notice anything wrong. They're going to end up deactivating it and exiting the room. I went ahead and fast forwarded there just a little bit for time's sake. Alright, so once they leave, our objective should update. It still says hide right now. Let's see. Outside of this room, we're going to have a lady right here. She's talking about an explosive golf ball which you can end up using for another assassination. However, I don't think I'm going to be covering that assassination because it's not really tied to any achievements or trophies. What you want to do is choke out this janitor right here, and he's going to drop the server room key card. You're going to take his disguise, and do not forget to pick up that key card that he dropped. You can also go ahead and store his body in the locker right here, because eventually that woman janitor will get off of the phone and she will end up moving. So just make sure that you pick up his key card, and we'll be able to get into the server room or the terminal just a little bit better now. First thing you want to do is slide the card. So just walk up to this key card panel right here, press Y to interact. You're going to slide the card, and it's going to say that it acquires admin privileges. So now we're going to try this again. What you're going to see is you're going to see that the screen is going to look different on the one that you pulled out before. Make sure you don't pull out a different one. Otherwise, it's a big loop. You need to pull out the same server that you pulled out the first time, but after you slide the card. After that, you're going to press number 1, which is rearrange meetings. And then now our objective is going to update to disguise yourself as a penthouse guard. And this is because we just hacked this terminal to schedule a fake meeting with both of our targets. We're going to get them both to meet up into the penthouse where we can assassinate both of them nice and easy in the same room. Not only that, but that's going to finish up our third mission story, hopefully unlocking the Rise Up achievement as long as you've been following along with this video and you have the other 2 mission stories completed. Now I'm going to go ahead and save my game once again because it is a good habit, especially in this game, or especially if you're about to try something risky, for instance, killing an elite guard. I went ahead and saved my game just before that, just in case something went wrong. So as you can see, I assassinated him. I'm trying to drag him over here, or maybe he's a little more concealed and nobody will find him. I don't think anybody's coming back into this server room. There's no storage in here, but putting him in here is better than leaving him in the hallway. Anyhow, as you can see, most of these guards that I'm taking out, I'm not snapping their neck. It's not required. You can do it however you want, but you get more points at the end for only killing your targets. So I try not to snap anybody's neck unless I have to. So I went ahead and I took that guard's disguise, and now I have the penthouse guard disguise. So now we can go ahead and make our way to the penthouse, as our next objective is to infiltrate the penthouse floor. But real quick, I gotta go ahead and swerve this guard because he had the solid dot above him and he noticed my disguise. So I'm just gonna run over here. I'm gonna run upstairs before he chases me all the way over here. And he should stop caring about me. Yep, there we go. I think we lost him. Alright, so our objective has updated. It now says find the lounge. So what we need to do is find the lounge here in the penthouse, which is actually right in front of us. You're going to see that both targets are located here in the same room. You can verify this by holding your instinct button and seeing if they highlight in red. Now what you want to do is interact with this little power panel right here. However, don't press A or you're going to just vault over it. Totally my mistake. I ended up having to vault back over it because I did not press Y, I pressed A. So make sure that you are like crouched down and you press Y, and that's going to send everything into lockdown.
What's this? Carl? Did you do that?
I certainly did not. I have no idea what's going on. What's the meaning of this?
You're the one responsible for all this. Gray, what do you want?
Something that has been a long time due. Revenge.
Revenge? How banal. You killed Cobb, Navikov, Caruso, the Washington twins, everyone at Haven. You broke into our bank, and you outed Providence to the world. Whatever perceived slight we've done to you is insignificant to the amount of damage you've caused us. You've caused the world.
You're a murderous terrorist. Nothing more. What did we ever do to you anyway?
You specifically? Nothing. Providence? Everything. Providence made me, and at the flick of a pen, Providence broke me. I'm just returning the favor. Providence has ruined the lives of countless people, expecting and facing no consequence for its actions. You take it for yourselves and those who support you, and you burn everyone and everything else to the ground from the comfort of the shadows. No more.
You're delusional. Exposing us achieved nothing beyond moving a few pieces around on a board much more complicated than you can fathom. The world believes we're dead. What more do you want?
Me? Nothing. My friend, however, well, let's just say he's a bit of an expert. I'm just here to watch you die. 47. Finish it.
47. Finish it.
Alright guys, so we have officially completed the third mission story. All you have to do now is eliminate both targets. After you eliminate both targets, all you need to do is escape. Once you escape successfully and the mission is completed, at that point your achievement will finally pop. It doesn't pop after the third mission story is completed. You actually have to finish the mission for it to save and register that you completed that mission story. Once you complete the mission and you escape, the achievements will finally pop. So at this point, all we have to do is get rid of this body and locate the exit. And if you did decide to choke him out, make sure that you actually snap his neck, otherwise he's not actually dead. So we're going to go ahead and store him in here real quick. And now that we got rid of the body, we're going to find the other body right over here, and we're going to get rid of him as well. After you store both bodies, we can go ahead and find the exit. You technically could have just left. You don't have to hide the bodies, but you get more points at the end, which ultimately help with your mastery for the level. And we do have achievements related to reaching a mastery level of 20 on each of the new levels. So anytime you play a level, you want to try to do your best so that you can gain more XP on the level and get your way towards that mastery level, which is level 20 for each level. So we're going to go ahead and jump over that rail right here. Watch out for that guard as he has a solid dot above him, and he will notice you. Which is no big deal because technically you could have enemies chasing you or shooting you and you could still exit even if you have, enemies right next to you. So just make your way towards the exit right here. You're going to interact with the exit and you're going to complete the mission. Now once you get to the mission results screen, your achievement or trophy should finally pop. This is going to be for completing all of the mission stories in Dubai, which were 3 total. That's going to unlock the Rise Up achievement. That's going to be worth 30 gamer score. As you can see, it's still a pretty rare achievement for completing all of the mission stories in the top of the world mission. Other than that, I'd like to give a huge thank you to all of my Patreon subscribers. We just hit 20 patrons. I'd like to give a special shout out to everybody in the biggest fan club, including TimG84, AOJ, Blackbird, and Kegger101. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment and don't forget to like and subscribe.